As football clubs prepare for the commencement of the new season, players and coaches are being signed to strengthen their projects heading into the new season. Here at the Sports Paradise on Transfer Buffet, we are bringing you the done deals, the rumors, the expected transfers, the needs of the clubs, and how they are managing to address their needs. So join us as we walk you through what we should expect from the signings and whether it should be a priority for the clubs to sign those players. So join us as we probe into the major transfers around the globe. Stay tuned. Now, just this afternoon, Manchester United activated the release clause of Youri Tielemans from Aston Villa in a deal worth 41 million euros. Initially, United have spent £50 million on Andrés Santos to address the defensive midfield issue. Now, they are signing in Youri Tielemans as deep-lying playmaker to balance Andrés Santos and Bruno Fernandes. Now, in Bruno Fernandes, they have one of the best attacking midfielders in the game currently, with Andrés Santos signed to fill the gap left behind by Casemiro as the defensive midfielder of the team. Now, he will be anchoring the midfield and shielding the back line. Now, that is one of the necessity in the United team. As coming into the transfer market, they were expected to replace Casemiro for his performance and the solidity that he brings to the Manchester United midfield. Now they need to build a competitive team that can compete and challenge for the target set by the club. Taking into consideration the need of Manchester United entering into this summer, they have managed to address two of those issues with the signings of Andrés Santos and Youri Tielemans. But that does not end there. Now they need another midfielder who can deputize for Bruno Fernandes and also rotate with the likes of Youri Tielemans. Now our pick is Alex Scott. Now Alex Scott can add the attacking bite needed when Bruno Fernandes is absent, whilst he can also play as a central midfielder when Youri Tielemans is absent. Now United also need a left winger who can stretch games, open games up and create chances for the attackers. Now our pick for that position is Barcola. Now with the absence of Barcola, the other alternative we expect United to fight for their signature is Samavel and Nusa. Now moving on to Manchester City. Manchester City started their rebuild under Pep Guardiola, and under Maresca, they are expected to continue with their rebuild. Now with the signing of Anderson Elliott, they have rectified and solved one of the major problems that they were facing in midfield. Now Anderson Elliott comes with high work rates, defensive solidity and balance that Manchester City were lacking last season. Now he is in to solve the problem that Tijani Rangers and Nico Gonzalez were not able to solve. Now the next signing that Manchester City is supposed to do this summer is the signing of a typical right back that can add defensive solidity and bring balance to the defensive shape. Now with Matheus Nunes and Rico Lewis, they are more effective when they operate as an inverted midfielders that are occupying the right back position. Now with the signing of a player like Tino Livramento or Malo Gusto will go a long way to solve one of the major issues that Manchester City were having. Now moving on to the champions of England and the runners-up of Europe, Arsenal, they need a midfielder who can bring competition in the middle of the park. A player like Bruno Guimaraes will go a long way to solve that problem. But other alternatives for Arsenal in that midfield position, we are going for Alex Scott and Angelo Stella. Now we'll be keeping our eye on those transfers to see if Arsenal will manage to get at least one of these three players to solve that midfield issue. Now other problem that Arsenal need to solve is the left wing position. Now Arsenal lack a left winger that can stretch and unbalance a team's defense. And at the maturity stage of the Arsenal project, they need a player that can take them to the next level. And our pick for Arsenal for that left wing position is Vinicius Junior. Now, if Arsenal want to move to the next level, they need a player of the caliber of Vinicius Junior, who brings aura and the attacking threat to unbalanced defense. Now, our proposed alternative for Arsenal is Kenan Yildiz of Juventus. Now, these two players will go a long way to solve Arsenal's major problem and take Arsenal to the next level. We will be bringing you more updates on the transfer issues. You can subscribe, follow, and share on all our social media platforms, The Sports Paradise. Thank you.